should be able to hear me now. We're expected to hear from Governor Tim Walz in just moments here for what they're calling a public safety update following the fatal shooting that took place yesterday in the Twin Cities. We're going to go ahead and talk about what the latest that we know as we wait for this press conference to start. Again, the exact verbiage for this update was a public safety update. We'll see what that entails when we go to the Twin Cities. As a matter of fact, we have a live look here. Again, waiting for that to get started, but as soon as it does, we'll go ahead and take this video to full and we can hear the latest from the Twin Cities there. Now, we have gotten a couple updates as far as developments in the cities. Of course, we know that there were protests throughout the night into this morning. I believe that there were some protesters outside of the federal courthouse as well. Actually, we have a live view of some protests going on right now. It's a little bit choppy. This is chopper video provided to us from NBC. You could see that it looks like they're barricading that street there. I believe this is where the fatal shooting took place yesterday. And so the protests still going out in the Twin Cities, out in Minneapolis. They started yesterday, continuing into the morning hours today. Now, the latest update that we got as far as anything official has to do with who is now investigating this shooting. This is, again, live look here as we await the start of Governor Tim Walz's press conference, set for an 11:30 a.m. start. We'll see what happens as we get closer to that time frame. We have about a minute as of now. We do know that the Minnesota BCA no longer investigating this. They announced in a statement today that while they were initially investigating this along with the FBI, they were told yesterday that the FBI is now leading the investigation alone, that the U.S. Attorney's Office had changed its decision as to who was investigating this fatal shooting. The BCA, of course, the leading investigative agency in the state of Minnesota. Let's go ahead and take another look here. This video is just, it's a live, again, for those of you that just joining us, this is a live feed from an NBC chopper in the Twin Cities. You can see a visual setup near where the shooting was. It looks like Governor Walz is going to the podium. I want to warn you guys, we do have some kind of choppy video issues. They resolved themselves last time we heard from Tim Walz. Hopefully that's the case here. If not, we'll break out of it. But let's see what happens here.
Child, family, on imaginable tragedy and 24 hours. A deep thank you to Minnesota, the country. I under a fund has been support a year-old child. Don, I would encourage Minnesota neighborliness and kindness. What they're doing there and gives can. Tonight we saw Minnesota and Minnesotans demonstrate tonight. They shared a message, the reckless keeping us safe, to the once again. To there's power and piece of life that we're starting to learn more. Want to just Renee Good or defend her honor and seeing not a moment in time. The callous cat on TV gloss over what spent a lot of time talking. That means no operates with impunity. Position of authority, admit any act our people place to turn checks and balances. Formation is the only measure from a tyrannical government. BCA spent the day yesterday at administration, and I just want to make everyone part on partisan
Again, like I said, some technical issues there. We're probably going to go out of this if this choppiness doesn't resolve. Again, it's from the incoming video feed. It's nothing on our end, nothing we can fix. So not a whole lot we can do about it, unfortunately. Be sure to stay tuned to us at Valley News Live tonight. We'll hear more from Governor Walz throughout the night. But let's go back to this, this look live from a chopper at the site of this fatal shooting. You can see the crowd's still going strong there. The chopper had to move a little bit ago as the crowd continued to grow. There's a visual setup that we saw just a little bit ago. Yeah, the protests continuing throughout the night and into the morning hours here. The latest information that we have on this, again, all that we're able to confirm so far, we'll see what Governor Walz is saying a little bit later on today due to those the choppy video issues that we're experiencing from that incoming feed. But for right now, what we do know for certain is what the Minnesota BCA announced this morning, which is that the FBI has now taken over this investigation. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension was working alongside the FBI in the early hours of the investigation into this fatal shooting, but now the FBI is the sole investigator. They were told, according to a release from the BCA, they were told yesterday afternoon that the U.S. Attorney's Office had changed its decision. Now the FBI is going to be leading the investigation alone. That also cut off the BCA's access to case materials, scene evidence, and witness interviews. So now the leading investigative unit of the state doesn't have access to those things. The BCA said it expects the FBI to conduct a thorough investigation and share the full investigative file with state and federal prosecutors. I'm looking at the Walz feed that we're having right now. We're still experiencing those technical issues, and you can see it's happening from the feed involving the chopper as well. A lot of cell phone traffic in those areas sometimes tend to interfere with the live streams. But of course, we're going to get the full raw video from this Governor Walz press conference, and we'll have more as the situation continues to develop today. But with those technical issues, we're going to have to call this live stream right now for Valley News. Now, again, we'll continue to bring you the latest as it develops with this situation that's gotten nationwide attention coming out of the Twin Cities. Oh, I'll put this video up again from the chopper showing the protest. You can see the large visual setup on the by that lamppost there. This is again where the fatal shooting took place. Crowds continuing to gather around that. We've seen news reporters, cameras, there's some police vehicles around. But one thing that I think is interesting, and it's kind of just out of view of this here, there's actually barricades set up, not crime scene barricades, but it looks like makeshift barricades blocking off the street there. So as these protests continue, we're going to, of course, continue to monitor these situations, and we're going to have the very latest from the Twin Cities as this investigation continues to develop. But for now, for your Valley News Now digital update, I'm Devin Fry.